Hello everyone. I'm gonna get started with the AMX M4 tonight. Hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hello, quite a few of you guys here. Hello guys. Nice to see y'all. Alright, so getting started here. Top tier, I think I'm gonna fight over on this side, but we'll see. Yeah, I think I'll be better off going down here, I think. Hopefully you guys like the changes here. No, nothing's plugged in. It does run off of batteries here. Hey, you guys asked for lights. So we now have light. Which fortunately I'm feeling, a bit better. I'm a little bit sick still, but not as much as I was last time. Last time that was a struggle. Okay. Thought I was gonna get hit there, but no. Thank you, Uber, and thanks Dana again. You could thank Ryan again for these. She had these. She already had these, so I stole them. That's all right, Raging Phoenix. Hey, you're here now, so that's all it counts. Can't catch them all. Who is spotting me? Like, I literally do not know who the hell is spotting me here. I am pushing extremely far for my own safety here. I am a little bit concerned. Let me rephrase that. I'm a lot concerned right now. Ah, shit. I came across another AMX here. Shit. Oh lord. There is an AMX behind me. I'm more concerned right now about taking one of them out. Granted, this Mutz is, yeah, he's a problem. Yeah, I shouldn't have did that. Oh, I shouldn't have pushed that far. Honestly though, like, what the hell were they thinking? Yeah, I've never seen people sit back that far like that. But hey, they got me. I still think we're gonna win, but time to move on there. Alright, I'm gonna pop into the Patriot here. I shouldn't have pushed that far and knew I was gonna get into trouble. Thank you, Jack. But yeah, if there's any requests tonight, feel free to mention them. I'll definitely, pretty much take any requests tonight. I was surprised I got that far. Like, one tank did spot me. I guess they somehow popped out without me spotting them, but yeah, I was a little surprised there. But honestly, I was expecting, to run into something down there, but not, two tanks and an SPG. But hey, it took 3 of them to kill me, and the other guys should be able to wipe them up pretty easily. Alright, so we got the Patriot here. I'm gonna tier 10 match. I'm gonna head out over on this side of the map. Well, they were appreciated. They were basically right outside the room here. No, I can play the M7. That's fine. Pretty sure I have equipment and a crew on that. I'm perfectly fine with tier 5 requests. It's just a lot of low tiers, tier 4 and under. Gets a little bit, you know, different playing them. Figured I'd give that a shot. Hello, Hayden. Hello, Abdul as well. Alright, guys. Let's push up here. Hello, Saljan. Yeah, which, if it's distracting, the blinking, I can make them just, you know, stay on 100% of the time. I just went with the blinking for the dramatic effect. Oh, critical hit? Are you freaking kidding me? Like... Okay, he's gonna get a shot on me here, but I didn't want an ammo rack, but I knew I could damage him. Just making sure I was not gonna get shot there. Tortoise, yep, he's easily got him. Hello, Christian. I do not have the FV4005, John. I have the, you know, the FV215B183. Of course, I'm the lucky winner here. I'm trying not to get shot again on the side, because he can, you know, take my ammo rack out. I don't have another repair kit. Alright, the T-54, he looks content with capping, so I'm going to set up over here on the left. For them to be able to get to him, they have to, you know, get through my little location here. Okay, I'm not too confident. Oh, in that shot, but, yeah, I was going to give it a shot anyway. Let's get him out. Hello, T-54. You might want to worry about resetting your cap here, bud. I know hats just aren't for Christmas, but this one is very holiday themed. We'll see what, you know, might come up with something different after Christmas. We'll see. Please take a shot. Please take a shot. Thank you. Hit him in the track at least. Here we go. Should be able to get the mouse out safely. Or at least get a hit on him, that is. The Tier 8 turret TD, the British one? No. I don't have any... Oh lord. I don't have any from that line that high. I'm up to the Tier 6, the Achilles in that line. I don't have anything past that. I do not have any bald spots. I think I was saying leading up to... Holy crap, we lost Himmelsdorf for some reason. I don't care about your special offers. Nobody wants your black editions. Yeah, I basically don't wear any hats at all. Outside of work, you kind of have to wear, you know, a hat being a chef. Ones that don't, a little questionable. Thank you, Uber. You can. She's a little sick now, though.
Actually, can I steal a little of your time when your microphone's not on?
Okay. Alright, sorry about that, guy. Hello, Sam. Nice to see you. A bunny outfit? Honestly, I'm not well versed in that movie, I know, but I'll have to look that up. My family, we weren't exactly movie people growing up, so I missed a lot of, classic movies. Brian, on the other hand, she pretty much knows them all. I don't know, Jack. It's going about the Black Edition tanks. If you're looking at, like, all the World of Tanks blogs and stuff like that, like, especially over on the European server, they bomb so hard with people either complaining about them or not buying them. That's why you're seeing all these discounts and saying, like, special prices and at least thank you, T67, awesome. um, like, even on the European server, they're giving out 50% refunds and gold value if you bought it. um, Stuff like that. Like, they're going complete damage, you know damage control over there. Come on, there we go. M7, you play mostly like a scout tank. um, the gun is pretty nice on this, but as long as you're not getting shot at, because it doesn't have the alpha to be able to, go to toe with tanks. But you can damage people pretty nicely with it. You just have to really pick your battles. Like, I'm probably gonna head down in this area, just to start working that to keep them spotted, get a little assist damage, see if I can sneak in a couple shots. I just have to be a little careful because I can get shot before I get down here. Like that. Didn't help that I ran into the shit. There's a... And I'm dead. Gotta freaking hate T67s. Like, fortunately, this guy's, he's getting hit here. I hope he dies, but, like, they can sit out in the open, those goddamn things, with their camo, and, I saw that the one died on their team. I didn't see the second one in the same platoon. So, if I saw that, I wouldn't have pushed like that. I would have taken the safer route and went my usual way. Oh well. Sorry about that match. It wasn't the best, but yeah. All right. Yeah, I don't have the tier 8 one or that tier 10 one you guys were asking about, but I will hop into the the FV here, and I can play the Achilles. It's not tier 8, but it is, it's tier 6 in the same line. Thank you, Graham, like always. I knew that email was from you. If it'll actually load for me here. I'm not too sure I'd be able to wear that whole thing and keep my dignity. Maybe a hat. I'll rule that out. Oddly enough, I was growing up, because I was the youngest for a lot of my family's, during my childhood, and yeah, I was the Easter Bunny for several years. A quick $120 to walk around for about 2-3 hours. It's not too bad for like a 10-year-old, stuff like that. 110 volt. I'm not too sure what this is, but yeah, it's not plugged into a wall. The lights here, they're run off of 3 what is it, AA batteries. Your question, Phoenix. Yes, they do. The next patch, actually, 9.17, they're actually, there's a T-34 black. They're actually improving, the tracks being able to move around, surprisingly enough. I kind of missed my shot there. I really hate playing this tank on El Haluf because there's no good spot to set up in that's flat, and the lack of gun depression on this is very noticeable. But they're actually making, I think these two track wheels here, where some tracks are different on tanks, they're going to be moving around a lot more. But essentially, if it's an HD tank, their tracks do kind of hug the terrain. It doesn't actually change anything, stat-wise, but it does, it does hug the terrain, at least on PC. It's just there's 3 already here, so really don't want to shoot my own teammate, but it is a strong possibility that that will happen. Trying to get greedy here, and I might pay the price and get hit by an SPG. We'll see though. This T-54, might pop out over on this side. It's just I'm not angled the best. He's pushing up here. Him moving shit. He had just enough. I think it was that M46 had just enough of his cupola out, to be able to spot me. I guess I'll take that. Yeah, I can get to those requests, guys. I would say the turret line for the British. I like the line up to, I moved back a little too far. It's just these two guys, like the 140, why are you fighting on a corner? I'm gonna stay right here. But I like the turret British TD line up to tier 9. The tier 10 isn't that good at all. It's pretty much same as this, functionality wise, which isn't as good as it once was. But I would definitely say, leading up to, the tier 9, it's good. And the tier 9's a little bit hard to play, but, tier 6, 7, and 8 are extremely good with their top guns. Thanks, Object. You are such a pal. Well, at least they wiped out everything. I pretty much haven't done too much this match, but hey, our mediums did an extremely good job. But this tank is very one-dimensional, and some maps like this, like, you just can't push into anybody. You have to basically sit there and wait for them to come to you, because kind of angling out with priority, they can nail you on this map. A lot of spots, your gun depression, because you have no gun depression because you have a rear turret, it just doesn't work. It's just maps like this, I'm just glad to get a win, honestly. I do have the T26E5, yeah. I just played the Patriot one a couple matches ago, but I can get to it. Going through the requests here. I'll have plenty of time, even with the amount of requests that I have right now. After this, I'll hop into the Achilles, since that's the closest one I have to the tier 8 TD. And I might as well head this way. Which so far the Advent. See you, Phoenix. Thanks for stopping by at least. I'm glad that you have internet. Yeah, I don't have an E25. Maybe with these November rewards I might get one, but that's a extremely small chance. But yeah, the advent calendar so far, it's been a little bit disappointing, honestly. I thought they would lead with something good, but PZ3K and what is it, the A4 experimental? Meh, doesn't really, you know, seem that interesting so far to me. Still plenty of time. There's going to be some, you know, rarer tanks coming out through it. Whether or not they're going to be good deals, that's another story. Uh, with how they're going so far, it just seems like gigantic bundles, which, you know, it's I don't exactly like that. All right, we did win M7 match at least. All right, so I'll hop into the Achilles. I am checking it every day, more or less, you know, to see if there's anything interesting for me to get. I was kind of talking to Graham about the, you know, the advent calendar. Like, I would say between the E25 and the Type 59, which right now they're only, you know, giving them out for, you know, like tournament rewards and like special rewards and events and stuff. I think the E25, you know, there's always a small chance both or one of them shows up, but I don't think it's going to show up because that's one tank where, you know, since it isn't the most balanced tank in the world, people will kind of get pissed off that they're going to flood the servers with them again. But they're better off keeping it rare to keep people interested in doing missions and challenges and stuff like that. The Type 59, kind of the same case, but I would say that's more likely of the two because the Type 59, honestly, like, it's not a bad premium tank. It's still pretty good, but it's definitely not, like, it still has the kind of the reputation of being overpowered. That was purely because of the matchmaking back then and not about the tank stats. It's just because, you know, it faced tier 5s back then. And you had like M4 Shermans going up against a Type 59 that even with, you know, the derp gun, you were doing like no damage to it. That would be the more likely of the two to come out if, you know, I had to bet on it. But who knows? Like, you never know what's going to show up. Alright. So our team's, you know, we got pretty decent spots here. I'm just hanging in the back because, you know, I'm in a tier 6 here. I'm surprised, you know, he's still alive, but I didn't have, you know, very good shots on him. They honestly need to push, but seems like every time your one side goes to the one where it's the weak flank and they don't push hard. And holy crap, their FV's even out there. I'm switching to APCR because I've done nothing here so far, and it's very close to where the enemy team's about to break this open. I might as well keep plinking them, make them a little bit more hesitant to push up, but this is something where, looking at the APCR round, it has 239, but honestly, the tier 6 American TD is a little bit better off, I feel like, gun-wise, compared to the Achilles with facing high tiers. I think its premium's a little bit better than this. Alright, if I want to survive, I need to run right now. Fortunately, the flag's on the other side. Yeah. The IS-6 Shadow and T-34 Black, or whatever it is. Like, honestly, I hope that even with their specials, because they're kind of probably in panic mode right now, whoever put those initial bundles out, because they flopped so bad, that I hope they, you know, drop the whole like, I don't care about like the Patriot like camouflages and stuff that they release, but really just painting a tank black, like, there's that's just so lazy, especially old tanks, like, and kind of releasing them like they're new content. No. I guess can't pen, pretty much most of these tanks here. KV4, no. I'm just gonna not even bother with APCR here. I'm just gonna chuck HE at him and hopefully I can knock out a track. There we go. Speaking of knocking a track out. Not that anyone's damaging him, but problem of the Achilles is, you have very good DPM and a pretty solid gun, but facing off against higher tiers like this, you have to stay at long range, and you can't pen a lot of things from the front, especially when you have still like, seriously, they're all cuddled up there in a ball, hiding against a Pershing, a T-25, and a VK-3001. Like, I don't care if nobody likes me right here. Honestly, I'm blocking him because, like, he's the one who's kind of been sitting over there complaining. Do something, dude. Like, I'm hoping I can actually get some damage here because I've been blowing through so many rounds. But this thing, penetration with standard AP, you cannot touch most tier 8 heavies, and even some tier 7s. Well, some of the deals actually aren't that bad if you get the deals if, the special sales and stuff, they pop up for you, because if you own the tank, you get a discount on buying the black version. They're not bad for the price wise, but essentially you're just buying the same tank over with a different paint job. So unless you're wanting to, play back-to-back IS6s and stuff, then honestly it's not worth the money at all. I would just honestly save your money. Like, if you don't have the IS6, then if you like the black camo, go for it. But essentially, they're milking more money out of you just for, a different paint job on it. I'm probably gonna die here, but really, this is my only chance at getting any more damage here. Oopsie daisy. Oh, I saw him shooting there and I was like, nope. I'm gonna die there, but I did 1200 damage shooting almost all my rounds. But man, when you're bottom tier like this, you really rely on your top tier, tanks to help you out a bit, and unfortunately ours sat and hid behind the corner. Most amount of experience though, top 3 damage. It's sometimes matches like this are just kind of depressing now. Alright, so after this request here was the WZ-120. Let me queue that up. Then we're going to have the ELC WZ-132, Chi-Ri, IS-6, T-26E5. I don't have the E25, unfortunately. The Black Prince, the Churchill, I missed those. They're going to be after the WZ here. They were actually before this request. Sorry about that. Well, taking a long break like that, Gary, everybody's going to be rusty after taking that long of a break. But yeah, the low with the buff, it's going to be, it's going to be freaking awesome, actually. It's still not going to be the fastest heavy tank in the world, but it's essentially going to have, a very good gun where you're not going to need premium ammo that much, because you know it's accurate, high rate of fire, um, and you're going to have the armor on the turret and upper hull, and even the bottom hull to some extent, and side scraping abilities. It's going to be a pretty damn good tank. Really, the only thing it's going to have against it is its large size, and even though its armor is good, it still sees tier 10, so its armor is not going to hold up against them still. Yep, exactly, Graham. Really, the only bundles that are good is if you don't have both tanks, you can buy both of them, I believe, in packages together for cheaper. Or, you know, if you like the tank so much, you know, you can play them back to back, but you're going to need two separate crews for that. Like, it will help, you know, for 5Xs and stuff, but it's just something where I think the idea behind releasing new, just different paint versions of old tanks is stupid. Like, new ones fine because people have the option of, you know, buying the unique painted one or the non-painted one, or if they want both. But yeah. Oh, I feel a T-92 aiming at me, and also wherever that TD went. Come on. Why is he saying that we lost again? We definitely have not lost yet. Oh, Lord. Oh, I whiffed on that shot. Unfortunately, he probably just spotted those TDs in the base. Nope. Never fails. Whenever I'm shooting at a tank, it dies right before I shoot at it. I knew I was going to take a couple hits here, but I took the risk anyway. I did not want to get caught on the steps here. That was my bad there. That was stupid. I kind of hate myself for doing that. I freaking ran into the doorsteps. Oh, that's how you... Yeah. Doesn't help that the T-92 basically direct hit me too. Yeah. Alright, so Black Prince, got a Churchill 1, yeah, and then Abdul's requests and Martin's too. Yeah, black tank on a winter map? Nah. As far as that goes, Gary, right now, if you look at the camo stats on them, they're displayed as lower than tanks that actually, you know, this, say a T-34 with like winter camouflage here. It has more camo than the black T-34 is listed. Wargaming apparently said it's a bug in the displayed stats and not the actual stats, so they are the same. But that could just be them covering, you know, covering their asses. But regardless, if it is a bug in actual camo, it's going to be fixed. 9.17 is pretty much confirmed for the 14th, so 12 days from now. So it would definitely be fixed by then, but they said they are the same. It's just the displayed stats are listed incorrectly. Yeah, Armored Warfare. There's people having a discussion about how they're revamping the whole balance of the game. Like, hello, Sebastian. They're you know, calling it balance 2.0. Essentially, World of Tanks is kind of doing the same thing. They might remove arty completely. They're changing the whole view of that. They're re-tiering tanks. Honestly, I think that game is beyond something that I would want to invest time into, because if you think about it, like Armored Warfare, War Thunder, they're spending a lot of time and effort to try to catch up to World of Tanks. And Wargaming, on the other hand, like, they're still updating World of Tanks, putting new content out, albeit at a slower pace as of, you know, the past year or two. By the time, you know, wargaming in another year, I would say 2 years tops. Oh shit, I did not want to shoot him. That was my bad. But at the same time, I don't know why he was backing up like that. I'm sure he's gonna be pissed and he's gonna be like, like, but you know, by the time these games rebalance all the tanks and come out and have a better product than wargaming, which, you know, is still doubtful. Wargaming's just gonna pop out World of Tanks 2.0 and be like, okay, we have a completely new game. Like, what are you gonna do about it now? Does this guy not have a repair kit? He does now. I guess tracked him again. That will annoy the hell out of him. Yeah, I can add a SPG on, you know, to the requests. Don't know what this guy is thinking, but I'm kind of liking his choice here. Just trying to track him there. I damaged the track, but I didn't knock it out. I'm liking this guy's choice. Okay, that shell disappeared. Oh Lord. Here we go. I like this gun. It can, you know, it's accurate enough to where you can. There is that SU here, but I should be safe enough. It's accurate enough to be able to, you know, pinpoint your track shots. Alright, now I'll use my repair kit. Come on. One more shot here. Yep. I knew you were going to hit me again, but we have a T-67 on my right. Ooh, and an SPG, which just ammo racked me. Awesome. Kudos to him to getting that one shot on me, but don't know how useful he was to his team. Come on, load. Pretty decent match for Black Prince, though. Being top tier, it's really good when it's top tier. Its armor actually works, your gun. It still lacks a little bit of alpha for a heavy tank, but you don't feel gimped damage-wise. Yeah, the T-34, the buffs it's getting, it's, I wouldn't say it's a lot. It's a little bit. Compared to, like, the Super Persian's getting a massive buff. Hey, we won Highway. Awesome. Yeah, pretty decent match in the Black Prince there. Alright, so I'm going to hop into the ELC. Then I'll hop into the Churchill 1. That's, yeah, as far as requests go. And then we have the WZ-132, Chivri, IS-6. I'm just going to start writing them down here so I don't have to scroll up. Got the IS-6, T-26E5, and SPG. I think that's it as far as requests go. But well, what you're saying, Jack, as far as, you know, Quickie Baby checking it on his live stream, that's what they're saying right now. The displayed stats are wrong, but the actual camo is, you know, the same as the T-34 with camo. So it's whether or not you believe wargaming. The only way to truly check it, I don't know if he actually checked it, you know, in a, you know, like a training room to, you know, the black version of the tank and a regular T-34 side by side. That's if he did that, then that kind of proves it. But if he just looked at the displayed stats, that's what they're saying is incorrect. But whether or not, you know, they're telling the truth, that's another story. Didn't want to hit it as much as I did there. I'm taking a gamble here, but I'm hoping, since this tank is small enough, there we go, that I'm safe to do this. Alright, I should be invisible. The big should. I'm not invisible. And that missed, of course. Whoopsie daisy. Shit, there's a Chaffee. I'm just trying to spot some people here. Hooping. Oh, I missed it. Shit. Just trying to help my little martyr down here, but this is not the easiest tank in the world to get shots. Ah, awesome. Chaffee, you are extremely lucky today. Ah, Lord. And of course he, you know, pops me on his frickin' first shot at me. Like, sometimes you need a little luck in light tanks, and unfortunately I'm not getting any luck here. Oh Lord, I'm gonna die. Never mind. Somehow he hit me even on that last shot. I'm still alive though. I'll take it for now. Come on, gun depression. Really tricky, you know, to work up here. Oh Lord, they are starting to push. I hope this KV, nah, he's staying tight, which is smart. I was about to say, if he did not stay tight, then I would have shots on him, but you know, I don't have shots on these guys unless they, you know, start pushing off of the ridge line. Crap, I guess just with this tank I could play a little bit more aggressive here, but I'm trying to play it safe just because I am one-shottable. Critical hit his track. Oh Lord. Not sure if he's still aiming my way, but he's getting torn to shreds by a T-67. There we go. My little redemption shot. We have to catch up on chat in a second, guys. It's just very difficult to drive this thing and not fall to my death. Give him a little light up. This T-67, once he gets out from behind this rock, he's aiming right at me. That's the problem. I needed that T-67 to fire at him. Whew. A little bit lucky there, but I chipped off a little bit more HP. See if this guy makes a mistake here. He really doesn't want me to do that. Oh Lord. You know, this is still pretty even. Hello, am I right? I'm gonna I try not to rage quit. Why did I pop down here? I had a better shot if I stayed up there against this Churchill. I should... Here we go. This thing has pretty good alpha for a light tank. It's just actually getting shots on things. That's the hard part. Got him out. I think I'm gonna go after the Matilda just to make sure. Yeah, there's an AT-8, Matilda. I'll be able to... Once I aim in after 10 years, I'll be able to get a hit on him. Alright, what the hell? We've got the win here. Why don't I... Oh, I was just about to click and he got me. Oh, well. Controversial thing to say? What? That Quickie Baby's wrong? Alright, so Mastery Badge First Class. Actually, my best match in the AMX. Thanks for requesting this. Pretty decent match there. So, why don't I'm gonna hop into an SPG and then the WZ-132, T-26E5. Why don't I'll play the T-92. The ELC, I wouldn't say it's overpowered. It's, you know, it does help driving it extremely well. That's half the battle. But, hey, last time I got the T-92, I was on this map. Awesome. But I would definitely say for every good battle you see someone do in AMX, there's 2 bad battles. Alright, Jack. I didn't know if he specifically did that, but that's nice. So obviously Wargaming's kind of... they're fibbing a little bit. I assume that's going to be, you know, fixed, though. I was actually talking with Graham about, though, you know, a lot of people have been... like, even I, since they're delaying the overmatch changes and reworking them a little bit, that the new Swedish TDs, the tier 8 to 10, are going to be extremely gimped if they don't buff the DPM back up a little bit from where it's at currently on the test server. However, looking at the tier 9, and especially the tier 10 because it gets a ton of spaced armor on the front, looking at those tanks, it's listed as 40 millimeters as the frontal armor. A lot of the frontal plate, the vast majority of it is 50 millimeters and 60 millimeters thick. So they're not going to be overmatched by, you know, every single tier 10 gun like it appears at 40 millimeters. And since it's at a 79-degree angle, you know, being at 50 millimeters and 60, there are bits of 40 that are hittable. They are going to be a lot stronger than what they appear. Essentially, you know, they're going to bounce a lot of shells from non-Russian German heavy tanks and a lot of medium tanks, more so than what their listed stats state. Do the old overmatch rules favor them more so than the new ones that were in place? No. They're definitely going to take a hit armor-wise from what you saw on the test server, you know, the first round. Oh, thanks, T92. I should have aimed differently there, but... that's what I get for trying to get a nice, big, fat hit on the mouse early on. You know, he definitely knows I'm here. Like... Artie was trying to kind of snipe me there. Hello, Gary. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. Surprise, surprise. I picked the wrong flank to go to. Kind of waiting to see what we got here. Might try a little lucky shot here. Come on, come on, come on. Ho, 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 ho. He does not have a fire extinguisher too. Awesome. That was a basically 15k hit almost. Oh, if you faceplant on your keyboard, Graham. I want to help you 261, but yeah, I'm still loading. Yeah, I won't bore you guys, live streaming something like that. I would do that on my, my own time and make a regular video for it. Oh shit. I didn't want him to spot me like that. That sounds good. Can't say I've ever, had a specific dish called that, but I assume it's chicken in a creamy sauce. This is not going to end well, regardless of the hit I get on this mouse, if I even get a hit on him. My team just folded everywhere. Come on, mouse. Throw me a bone here. At least I got a little bit more damage, but still. Save me, charioteer. Save me. I'll help that guy out for the hell of it. Give him, maybe not. Okay, good. I got the mouse. We're both we're both gonna die. No chance to escape that. I might as well help that guy out, instead of hiding there trying to reload. Alright, so WZ132 was the next request. I don't think that's anyone from the stream, but, let me know if it is. Alright. Top 3 damage, but Tundra, I think it needs to be, like, I've grown to accept it, but, because you guys probably remember a few months ago, I complained every time I got on it, like, bad. I think it's not good for tier 8 to 10. It's way too small. They need to stretch it out a little bit, specifically like the low areas where the rivers and the water is. They just need to expand them a little bit and it'll be a much better map. That sounds pretty good, Gary. I like spicy food, so hey, it's the mighty Pringles. Awesome. But yeah, if there's other requests, I'll gladly take them. Like, I have the Chivri IS-6 T26 E5 coming up, but still have plenty of time. After this or after these requests here. But yeah, probably the biggest buff coming with the premium tanks for 9.17. It's going to be for the super Pershing, honestly. Its AP shell is going up to, I think, 191 millimeters a pen. That's going to increase the profitability on that tank a lot. You're not going to need to essentially load up gold, for pretty much the entire matches like sometimes you see me do, but it's going to be a huge buff for the super Pershing. It's like, even I know the low's getting buffed and like the M46 Korean for some reason, but the super Pershing, I feel like that pen buff is the biggest one out of all of them. Yeah, Pilsen, they're on like iteration number, I think 5 at this point for super test changes. It doesn't seem like, they found anything concrete to change yet as far as which one they're going with, but you know, they look pretty good to me. You know, most focus on the field area that currently is, I rarely go there for a reason. It's not worth fighting over unless your team bursts through without taking damage very quickly. I'm just trying to find a spot where I can kind of zip in and get some damage, but we don't really have too much people, you know, pushing here, so that's a little bit difficult for me to do. I might just set up over here and try to chuck some rounds downrange. There's really only one SPG that I could go after, and honestly, if there's one SPG, it's not really worth it in my opinion, because you know, he could be on the other side of the map. You know, you could die trying to get the one SPG, and then what's the frickin' point? Oopsie daisy. I thought he had fired. I'm definitely exposed over here, but I'm trying to buy time. Because that's what we need. If they push on us over here, it's pretty much game over. Oh, that Conqueror 20 damage shot. He's probably a little bit angry right now. I would be. Alright. Trying to get a slightly better angle on, you know, some of these guys, but the gun depression on this, it's a little bit lacking. Fortunately, our team's they're making the mistake that you see so often. They're pushing into the guys over there. They're pretty evenly matched on that flank, but they're pushing in, and you know, the enemy's pre-aimed, just sitting there waiting for them. That, you know, that rarely works, but we'll see. And I see the 110s over kind of pushing hard. It's just whether or not people are gonna help him enough. Nope, he's gone. Yeah, this is starting to go south here for us, and I'm kind of running out of room to operate over here. M46, it's getting, you know, the turret's getting buffed on that. I don't think it needs it, honestly, because it's one of those tanks where it's creeping extremely close to being better than the M26 Pershing. I don't know why I just wasted those, but we still have a small chance to win. Very small, but oh Lord, I didn't think I was gonna get spotted there. I'm sorry, E75. My only chance right now is to stay alive. Very nice. That was actually awesome. Yeah, keeping your gun in the game is the best thing to do if you have literally no HP or armor. And unfortunately, I should have stayed where I was. I would have had a good shot on the T-30. See if I can damage his gun. Don't think I'm spotted, but holy shit. I'll take that damage for an HE shell on a T-30. I probably hit him in the, you know, the roof. See you, Gary. Thanks for watching for a bit. I don't have the FV4 202, unfortunately. I can play the Panther. I can play the Tog II. Sorry, whenever I play light tanks, as you can see by the AMX and now this, I have to be like hyper focused on where I'm positioning, because I tend to play them pretty, oh lord, unsafe. Oops, I did not want to do that. I wanted to turn a little bit, but not as much as I did. I was hoping he'd miss me, but he is fairly accurate. At least the Conquer gun carrier took him out. Yeah, I can do the T-44-100. But at least we got a win here. It was looking, bad for a bit, but fortunately, our sides finally pulled ahead on them. Alright, so we got the Chivri here. And then request-wise, we have the Tog II, the Panther. I wish I had the FV4202, honestly. And the T-44-100 right now. Yeah, I actually have a really early start tomorrow. I got to be at work right at 5 a.m. We have a full hotel. It's a Christmas parade in basically West Cape May. So it's really busy. Our last weekend open. And on top of that, tomorrow and Sunday I have breakfast with Santa. 150 people on top of 150. And there's only, 2 cooks. And my brother's coming in to help too, fortunately. Usually we have 3 cooks, but there's only 2 of us in the morning right now until we find, another cook. Alright, I'm going to head out over on this side. I can sense a little bit of sarcasm there, Uber. But right now, I would actually argue, because I thought about getting the M46, but I have quite a few American premiums, so I didn't grab it the last time it was for sale. I like the Persian's armor, honestly. Like, the M46 is definitely better at doing damage, and the mobility is a little bit better, I believe, too. But with them buffing the M46, you can't make the case it's flat out overpowered compared to the Pershing, but it's pretty damn close. I would say, unless the Pershing gets a buff, the M46 more so than people complaining about the T26E5 and like the AMX M4 now. The M46 is going to be the tank where it's going to have a leg up over its closest counterpart more so than other premiums. I know it. I don't disagree that it's better in a lot of important areas, but it still has enough negatives to where you can make the argument that that the Pershing's still a good tank compared to it. But soon, I completely agree. It's not going to be. It's not even going to be an argument. Oh Lord, I got myself in a little bit of a pickle here. I saw I had a tank backing me up, but it was an ELC. No T-29. Stop shooting me. Sorry, PZ4. Ah, shit. I don't want to, piss the Panther off. PZ4, I don't mind just pushing out of the way, though. Yeah. Hey, I like arguing. Ooh, that was close. I'm actually going to take this little second to reload here. They are making the, the mistake that, I've said last match. They are pushing into pre-aimed enemies here. On our flank, at least. Our other flank got, annihilated. We honestly need to make some sort of a move. I know they can hit the SU-122 here. Oh Lord, I just turned him right into me. Come on, take him out. Oh, he got me. I got a little bit, you know, a little bit antsy there, unfortunately, but how he did not die, I am not sure, because I'm pretty sure the T-29 and then these two tanks could have killed him, but they were too fixated elsewhere. But, tried my best. But unfortunately, the Chi-Ri, you make one little mistake and poof, you're gone. And I made a couple there. Alright, so IS-6 was the next request. And then we have the T-26E5, Tog II, Panther, T-44-100. I'll say for the Advent calendar, though, we're most likely going to see the M46, the Mutts. We'll probably see the black version of that because that's still looming out there. KV5, the E25 and Type 59, maybe, but very small. Scorpion G is probably going to pop back up, honestly. I'll say that we'll see the 112. Pretty much there's enough days that I don't think they're going to repeat as many tanks, because last year they repeated a few tanks throughout the course of it. I don't think they're really going to do that this year. Actually, I'm probably going to regret going this way. I usually do, but I'll go this way. I saw a lot of people turn that way. I believe I have 4. I'm almost on my 5th, I think, for the IS-6. I could be mistaken now. I'll have to look it up, Graham. I've seen bits of, you know, Monty Python stuff, but I've never, you know, watched a ton of it. Most of it came from one of my teachers in school. Would, you know, that would be the thing where half days and stuff we'd get to watch stuff like that. Like I said, my childhood, I missed out on a lot of things that most people have seen. Sure. Spending a little bit too much time on the Type 62, but I was trying to help out that AMX. But I could have waited another second and got a good shot off on him. Oh, hello, little tank. I got an APCR shell I don't want to use on you, but... Oh, Lord. There is a Hellcat over there. Oops, daisy. Oh, are you kidding me? This is why I hate going to this side, too. It's just, you either, you know, face a foe head-on you can't win against, or you're stuck not being that useful to your team. Whereas the other side, it's a lot more useful to the whole map. I'm getting annoyed by a little freaking Hellcat and an AMX, because these guys, you know, they're stuck at the base. Yeah, now there's a Scorpion G. Awesome. Yep, you're going for hopefully a spin, but it just... I'm starting to get annoyed that I even went this way, but because now I can get shot from behind me if I'm not careful. It's just, why is this IS not trying to help? Like, there we go. Finally got him out. Thanks for the help, guys. You know, come on, push up. Like, the Hellcat... I always get annoyed when I head to this freaking side, but props to the, the two guys over here. The Hellcat got to the annoying spot, which technically it's not cheating, but it's kind of stupid that people can get to those spots. And yet we still have 3 tanks sitting there watching. I'm probably gonna end up dying here. But I think I'll be able to get a shot on this type. Really, it just depends on... Oh, here's that guy. Kinda ruined my little spot here. To just freaking ignore him. Like, I want to push, but I don't have HP now. I'm extremely frustrated right now at myself for... Honestly, I'm just gonna push because I need to get out of this match. I should have just went to the other side. We would have won by now. This is why you go with your gut. My gut right now is telling me I'm gonna die, but yeah. I just need to move on because I hate matches like this. But there's my cruise. Basically almost 4 full crew skills. Alright, so I'm gonna hop into the T-26E5. But the Hellcat was over there. If we had just pushed and it wasn't just me out there, wouldn't have ran into the problem of having 2 and then 3 tanks on basically 3 different points of my tank. And we would have been fine. Instead, they're just sitting there, like, staring at the guy like, oh, pop out. Like, if he got over there, he knows how to annoy you from there. But can't exactly yell at people like that in chat and expect them to do what you're trying to tell them. People don't respond too well to that. But unfortunately, I'm not going to that flank now for at least another few weeks. Like, there's a reason why, like, I know a few of you guys sometimes say, like, oh, you always go to that spot, or, that spot never works, but there's reasons why I don't go to other spots, because they work less frequently than the typical flanks and spots I go to in specific tanks. It's just something where, like, I do look at the enemy team and my team makeup, but most of the time, there's really only 2-3 spots on the map that make sense to push hard to early on, and you kind of learn which ones are a little bit more useful and more reliable than other ones. I honestly, like, the IS was just staring there waiting for the Hellcat, honestly. I don't know why he was sitting there. And then the other 2, after they killed the Panther, they were doing the same thing. Meanwhile, the Hellcat's a tier 6, tier 8 match. It doesn't matter much, because push past him. One of us would have been able to, keep our eyes to the right, and the others could have just pushed up as a group, and he wouldn't have been able to do anything. But to get people to kind of understand that's, it's the $1 million question, is how to get people to, yeah, it's just that flank is very, like, if you look at my map strategy for Abby, I go over it pretty in detail, but it's the lowest part of the map. And essentially the way that map works is moving from the 1 line over to that side. It kind of, the 1 to 3 is very important for fighting its own battle, but also for shooting into the middle. The middle can shoot down into the next line, and it's kind of like a domino effect. Thank you very much, Gary. Much appreciate it. It's just, yeah. Sometimes I go there thinking it's going to change, but more often than not, it's, you know, it's not worth it. Whew. Damn. My ammo rack. I was about to say, I'll see the ammo rack on this thing. It's very much overlooked when people review it, but if you get shot anywhere and it, you know, even sniffs at the ammo rack location, you're gonna get damaged, unless it's a very low caliber shell. Like, it won't necessarily detonate, but it gets damaged pretty easy. Trust me, I know the hell. I was more annoyed at my team and myself for going there than I was the enemies where they set up, because they didn't set up in good spots. They just set up in spots that annoy you, and we played right into that. Alright, I'll have a hit on this guy if he moves back more. Which, never mind. I was about to say, I saw the big derp gun there. He's definitely out. Spin him there. Use his repair kit. T-49, are you going to have a nice little shot here again? I'll go for it. Come on, T-49. I was expecting a bigger one from you. But I knew with, you know, the people that we had here that we'd be fine. Please no repair kit. There we go. Awesome. This is why you want to take control of the town. The enemy didn't do that, and they are definitely paying the price. I would say at least 75% of the matches I have on here, if you win the town, it doesn't necessarily mean winning, you know, the actual inside bits of the town, but you win control of it, the flow to and from the town. Typically you win the match. I got that one unfortunate bounce, and he took me out, but still not a bad match for a tier 10 match, being this map where it's not exactly the easiest to hold down fight. That's really where the Patriot or the T-2065 shines in tier 10 matches, is when you can hold down at mid to long range. But not a bad match there. No, I don't have the E50M, John, unfortunately. I'm working towards it, but yeah, I don't have it. I had Achievery. I'm surprised we had a chance to win that, but yeah. It came down to a close battle. Do say stowage? Yes, I do. Essentially, let me get into the next. The Tog II was the next request. Let's see how this goes here. Yeah, but a pretty decent match in the Patriot there. Third class, you know, pretty good amount of experience, top experience, because I was damaging mostly higher tiers. Let me get the Tog II ready, and I'll kind of bless you. Essentially, with say the T-2065, the M103, T-110E5, it doesn't affect the T-29, T-32, and those specific chassis tanks, but for most of, you know, the American high tier mediums and the heavy tanks like the T-2065 and the M103, even the Super Pershing, with safe stowage on your tank and not the wet ammo rack, which I don't recommend putting it on there, but essentially with safe stowage, you're not going to get your ammo rack detonated from, I would say, anything, even 155 millimeter guns or 150 plus essentially have a small chance of detonating it, I believe, but you know, anything under that, which is, you know, about 90% of the shells you're going to get shot from, if it hits your ammo rack, essentially there's a good chance it does damage it. Like, that's why you see M103s, E5s, when you get shot in the side specifically, M103 through the front because its armor is not as good as the E5. The ammo rack's essentially, I believe it's looking at the tank, it's on the right side behind the upper glacis. Um, that's why you see a lot of ammo rack damage on those tanks. And even the American mediums, safe stowage helps because it basically gives a chance for low caliber and about up to your same caliber and gun, so up to about 120 millimeters, a chance not to damage it on the first hit. However, it's definitely not going to, you know, be as safe as if you have a wet ammo rack. But in those tanks, of course, you're not trying to get hit um, where your ammo rack is located, which is mainly side shots under the turret and in front of hull, and you know, in your lower glacis. You're trying to avoid that, so that's why you don't see people recommend it. But it is a small weakness on, you know, American tanks like that. But the T-26E5 specifically, it does have, um, you know, a fairly weak ammo rack for its tier. Like, I did go over that in my review. It didn't really sound that important, but I did make a case when how it's not, uh, you know, overpowered compared to like the T-32. That T-32 you don't see that too much because its armor holds up against a lot of shots. T-26E5, unfortunately, you know, it's another case because its armor is good, but the ammo rack, when you get hit in it, which is almost every single match, you definitely feel it. Hopefully that explained that for you. I know you didn't ask that, but it kind of led there. Which I'm hoping Christian last stream, platoon with him, he had a couple ideas as far as videos go, and also WoT Guru. I'm hoping that come, you know, after this weekend, my schedule frees up a lot. Like, after this weekend, I only have 2 more days of, uh, you know, scheduled work. I still do stuff in the winter, but it's not like I have to be there at 5 a.m. on this day. I don't know why I pushed up this far. Ugh. You know, I'm going to be doing some different things. Like, I'm still going to be streaming, but I'm going to be doing quite a few different things on my website and video-wise. That should be pretty interesting. I would have loved the overmatch changes for this tank. The low or the back, you know, the glacis on this tank is actually the strongest point of its hull armor. The overmatch mechanics would have been freaking awesome for the Tog II here. You'd be able to bounce not everything, but if you could hide the lower part of your the lower part of your rear armor, you would have been impenetrable outside of your turret. Now, more or less, you know, that's definitely not the case. I'm hoping that these guys push through, but I'm just getting, you know, slowly. Oh shit, he used a heat shell. Tisk, tisk. I'm definitely gonna die here by the T-29. I'm just trying to get a little bit more damage off. Because the Tog II, it was a fun tank when it first came out, but essentially the reason why it's not as good now, like, it hasn't, you know, changed stat wise, is the newer tanks they keep releasing, you know, they've been more slated towards damage dealing than they have been well, damage dealing and mobility. The game's gotten faster and more burst damage, more, you know, damage flying around. Which, did I ever play the Churchill one? I don't think I did. Let me get to that. Hello, Pez. Thank you very much. So the Tog II, essentially, yes, you can call it power creep, but the game, you know, is just sped up and there's more damage flying around um, that the Tog II just can't keep up because its gun is pretty damn good for a tier 6 heavy. However, you know, it can't match the DPM getting flung around nowadays from when it first got introduced. Yeah, a 3 Togs platoon is still fun. Um, you're still going to run into some problems though, but nonetheless it is fun rolling around with, you know, 3 of those guns plus you know, all that HP. Good night, Graham. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you Sunday. Yeah, still got a little over half hour here. After this I have a Panther request, T-44-100. Still should have time for 2 battles after that, maybe. Streaming wise, I'll be streaming this Sunday, of course, and then next week pretty much the same schedule, it looks like. The only day that might change is next Sunday, not this Sunday coming up, but the next. I might just stream at a slightly different time, maybe an hour later, but we'll see. I'm gonna offer to my brother to be nice, and essentially there's a party that night. He's gonna be working alone. We're not open outside of that party, but you know, I figure it's, you know, nice to offer if he wants me to come in to help. But essentially that's gonna be 5 to, I'll be there from 5 to like 6:30. So yeah, my goal this week, since, you know, I'm pretty much over being sick, my head's still stuffy here. I'm gonna try to get a ton of these videos done. I need to get done before 9.17 comes out December 14th. It's slated for. So unless it gets delayed, that's when it's going to be releasing on North American and also the European server. So it'll probably be, you know, either the same day, if not a day or 2 earlier on the Russian server. I want to go across, but I don't know if that M7 continued to push up. If he did, then, you know, I'll take it minimum. Alright, if he's going, he could be my little wall. I'll take a minimum 2 shots from an M7 from this corner. But it looks like he hung back. I'll just stay in the middle like a little sandwich. My little OI, I guess daddy's here. I was about to say I want to help you, but a little bit too late. Awesome. Let's see if we can... Okay. Ooh, that hurt. I was not expecting that. I thought, you know, he would have shot me well before that was going to take place. Awesome. Okay. So these OIs are definitely in a little bit of a pickle, but I feel like I'm going to be better off heading over this way. Don't know how that 85 penned me though, unless he moved further south. Because I was mainly just sticking my track wheels out. Awesome, they got him no, so yeah, this is cakewalk. I was a little hesitant if that KV2 was pointing at me. Cakewalk now. I just have to keep an eye on those 2 tanks that they don't double back. Otherwise, I had a T1 heavy. Shit. I hate when people get into that little cubby hole. Ah, he popped out. Awesome. Thank you. That makes, you know, my life a lot easier. I was going to say I was going to go for the SU and the A43, but, you know, the T1 popped out of that little spot. There we go. Don't put... he's pushing. Oh well. nice little win here. So next on up is the Panther, which I'm gonna have to kind of figure out how much credits I can reasonably grind out here before December 14th hits. But I am extremely close to, let's just look here, the WZ111. I'm at 100 and essentially 81 out of 200,000 experience, and for the T54 E1, I'm at 221 out of 250. So I'm very close to getting those two tier 10s done. Once they're done, I'm gonna ramp up on the Japanese heavies and the German medium grind, and then also the Swedish tanks. I plan on starting both of those lines. Unfortunately, I don't have the Type 5 John. I have up to the OHO. I can play that for you after the T44 100's up next. Ah, nice Hayden. I can't. Oh, I have problems eating, unless they're beef, but anything pork, like sausage or in that case hot dogs, I can't eat stuff like that. It's whatever spices or the fat content, it just does not sit well with me. Alright, so tier 7 match on Tundra, awesome. Not really any good support spots, not really any good spot for me to go, so I'm gonna head this way. Alright, yeah, I'll gladly get to it. I'll definitely have time. Even if all these matches end up being 15 minutes, I'll still have time. Just barely, but I'll have time. Alright. So I should be able to squeak off a shot on one of these. Or not. So let's say one of the light tanks if they try to come up here. So instead, I'll try to squeak off a shot through the little gap. Ooh. Glad I did not push up there. Yeah. He's not feeling it. I'm starting to get itchy here. That's not good. Does not look like they contested the hill though. I'm not heading, down the beaten path here. I'm gonna go this way. Sure, if you want a platoon, when I play the OHO, that's good. Like, next up's the T44 100 too. Okay, let's just be a little hesitant here. Nice to see you again, Phoenix. Don't know where I'm gonna find this T49 or some other tank back here. Shit. Got one APCR loaded for him. Ah, I knew it was iffy. Just the penalness is good and the accuracy, but it's not always high enough to go through higher tiers like that. Thank you, SPG. Was driving a little bit too straight there, I guess. I'm shooting you first just because you shot at me, dude. I think, yeah, I was about to say, I think I can get, a couple more shots off here. Honestly, I don't really know any lyrics to AC/DC. I probably should, because one older guy that I cook with, he listens to the same radio station. Well, now he has a a tablet so he can do Pandora, but he listens to the same songs in a row every single day, which, it's all right because I personally don't need music to work. Like most cooks, most kitchens you find music in. Um, but yeah, I listen to the same, like AC/DC, Metallica. I don't even know whatever other music every single day for like the past 10 years at least. Alright, pop back up. You know you wanna. Teasing me there at that little strip I'm just gonna keep missing here. Holding out hope. Oh shit, I got it. I am very surprised. I did get 2k spotting damage, so not too bad. See ya, Toma. Thanks for watching. Have a good night. Usually I would have just sat on cap here, but this guy's got full HP. I might be able to squeak in one more damaging shot or something. Lower glacis. Ooh, one shot. Oh lord. 2 shots. I'll take that. That was well worth the trip. Hello, Tunser. Nice to see you. Hopefully you're having a good day. Got a Kamikaze award. Most amount of experience in the match. Awesome. Mainly because of my assist damage, most likely. I know my head is blinking. I'm going to send you an invite now, Parker, if you want to hop in. I was going to play the T44-100 first. Whether or not you want to join for that, that's up for you. And then after that, I was going to play the, the OHO. Alright, I'll do that first, actually. Come on. Switch, switch, switch. I hate the little delay there. So we'll do the OHO, then I'll play the T44-100. I should have maybe time for one more. It's like it's trying to tempt me. Like, come on, we're going to put you... If it had put me in this spawn spot, I'd be like, really? I can't go that way. Based off of the last match I was on this map. Which who knows, next stream I might have like a Christmas tree hanging off my head or something. Hello Jack. I'm hoping my weekend goes well. Slowly but surely. Hello Jerry, nice to see you. Yeah, I'm getting a little bit better here. I'm just stuffed up still. Definitely not feeling too bad though. That's funny, Tunser, but I'm hoping they all take that as a joke. But yeah, right after this weekend, I'm gonna be changing quite a few things up. Essentially, right now, I stream about 10 hours a week, and outside of that, I really only have time to put in another like 2 hours or so into videos, either playing the game for missions or my website stuff. Once I'm done work, I'll be able to easily dedicate more time, because I work anywhere right now, even though it's slow. Like this week I worked, I think, almost like 40 hours. So seems like you're having a good time, Phoenix. Well, yeah, some people here, are in their 60s, so... But yeah, I'm glad, it's nice that a lot of you guys, stick around every single stream. It's nice seeing the same faces. You know, come next week, I'm going to start slowly, you know, promoting a little bit more and hopefully doing some, you know, other videos that people will enjoy too. Since not everyone likes live streams because, you know, it's hard to find, you know, specific things in them. Gun depression. Alright, I'm going to swap to a heat shell actually. Not too concerned about using my repair kit right now, which I'm just double checking my heat, 150. Okay, that actually might be a little bit tough. Sorry, Martin, I forgot. I see it as a good thing now. Very nice. I'm gonna try. Oh, I hit just below his roof. I'm fairly sure I can overmatch that. Come on, AMX 5100. Don't take, let's say, don't take that second shot. Crap, we need to... Sorry, Parker. I was expecting, you know, these guys to at least turn back a little bit. Oh, Lord. It's just, I can't go through there. Don't do it, AMX. We can get shot from the center if we're spotted, though. It's a big if, but it's still a, you know, strong possibility. Yep, Ari, you got me. And the T10, yeah. Really, this is kind of a lost cause, but would have been nice to... Oh shit, he had an AP round. Kudos to that guy for trying to have some fun. I'm gonna load an HE here and then go with an AP actually and see if I can get lucky on the T10's roof. I'm just gonna try to overmatch, but there's a small little spot if I can face hug him. If I'm not mistaken. No. I just want him to stay just close enough to where I can hit. Right there. That's why overmatch changes need to change, because, you know, shooting into... Granted, the OHO is very tall. Shooting into tanks like that, knowing that you can just overmatch them, is what Wargaming's trying to fix, so... It seems like, hey, you're only turning 13? I pegged you as being, older. Alright, so T-44 100's up next. Alright, here we go. T-44 100. Yeah, especially in today's age, like... Oh, talking to you, Phoenix, I think you're pretty well off for a 13-year-old, or soon-to-be 13-year-old. Okay, so matchmaker, yay. Always seems like with streams, whenever I play anything, you know, not that... seems like I always get, you know, pegged. Not that I'm terribly well off here. It's just this map either goes one way or another depending on how your team sets up compared to the enemy, and I don't like that being, you know, bottom tier. Um, you know, because pretty much it's just tens, and then we have a couple nines and eights. The enemy doesn't really have any eights and lower tiers I can face other than lights. It's just this map's very cut and dry because all the fighting takes place in essentially 3 squares. Yes, Tunster. I'm here until 8 p.m., so I'll probably have 1 match, maybe 2 after this, depending on how quick they are. I'll be back, you know, Sunday 6 to 8. My weekend streams, you know, until I'm done work here, they're my shortest streams of the week. You know, since pretty much tomorrow I'm at work from just before 5 a.m. So I get up at 4, if not a pinch earlier, until about 3:30. So I need a little bit more sleep on the weekends. Hello, Sam. Nice to see you. I'm having a decent day. Hopefully your day's going good as well. Ugh. Wish I would have got that hit, but these are already should. Whoops. Be fine to hit him. My lord, the T10 is pushing. Or at least it looked like he was. Shit. I know he's just a light tank, but this thing's got... It's got the HEP shell. Fortunately, he chucked that at me first. He's still trying to chuck that at me. I'm just trying to keep myself from getting pushed by the T10. Yep, here comes the T10. This is not going to go well for me, but oh my god, this guy's, you know, he's being really annoying now that he's swapped off the HEP shells. But yep, like I said, it comes down to just a few spots fighting. Unfortunately for me, you know, I was the only one up there. The enemy focused right here and down there to a lesser extent. Like, we'll be fine winning the north. It's just they kind of need to, if I was them, you know, send a couple tanks here and just stay here and spot, because already if we lose them, we're screwed. It's just I wouldn't have, if there's a lot of arty on this map, I do not like pushing if I'm on this side south, because a lot of times the SPGs sit right here, they aim for you here, or if they set up there, they can hit you further back, and then you have further complications with TDs camping that can hit you. So it's a lot better off fighting the middle or the north from this side. But yeah. Alright, so request-wise, doesn't look like there's any other requests, so I'm going to hop into a tank I'm grinding, the WZ-111 here. Yeah, well, who knows, you know, in the winter I might be able to, you know, shift my streaming schedule a little bit to where it works for, you know, people on the West Coast. Thanks, Parker, for those couple battles. I don't remember, I thought you had higher tiers, but nonetheless, we did our best for those 2 matches, given, you know, the map and the matchmaking. But yeah, I plan on, like, right before Christmas, like, my streaming schedule is going to be really difficult to nail down. But yeah, I can add the E75 on after this. That'll be my last match then. Um, but after Christmas, I'm gonna be tweaking quite a bit. Um, I'm still gonna try to keep early streams around this time, but I might be able to push one just a pinch later, maybe like an hour and a half, something like that. Ah, nice Phoenix. It's pretty, long hours for a gaming team. Then again, I know some people that they spend a lot more time than that too. Alright, so that's not good. We have no spotter, and we still have people sitting there expecting to get shots. I might have guessed been spot there. Like, why are they still sitting there? You have no spotter to spot for you. You're better off pushing to the town and shooting people, in the same spot, except for now you're helping the town out. So, well, that guy just mentioned the French autoloaders. They've actually got a pretty good buff on the test server. It should reach live server with their gun depression being buffed. They're gonna be, they're not gonna be as good as Swedish heavies with hold down, but they're gonna be able to hold down pretty well, compared to now. Cool, that was an awesome shot. It's nice to see that they're getting a little buff because they kind of needed it. Awesome. Nice easy 1k damage. Again, there's only one SPG. That medium pushing through there, that was very little reward, and a very high risk maneuver he had there. I've been shot I used to go to that spot a bit. I've been shot so many times from people being in the low. Like you guys see, I almost always go to the low spot of town here. It's not always the safest spot, but you have so many different angles that you can shoot from. You can move back, you can move forward, you can pop out into the center. There's just so many different options here. That's why you always see me go there. The only weakness of it is getting through this last gap here. I'm going to try to get a little bit of speed up, but I'm going to honestly push further up here, because the weakness is being down here, they can spot you from the C3 spot or any other spot, around there. So you're going to take a shit ton of damage going through that last little gap. Huh. I am honestly surprised he was sitting out there with all these guys, but I'll kill him. Alright, guys. Just do that. Again, I'm going to try to get down to my low spot here again. So we have plenty of people heading high. Oh, shit. They got quite a few people there. Oh, that was a lucky bounce by that guy. I don't think I'm going to be able to get... Oh, my luck early on, or my luck, it's starting to run out, it seems like. Alright, this T-54E1, I'm going to assume... Well, he's loading right now. I'm going to be better off sticking on my little spot here, I feel like. I keep this T-54 lit. Nice little hit there. I didn't expect him to pop back. I have an HE shell. Yeah, I could actually pen him, but yep. It's just he's showing enough of his side to where I can damage him like this with AP. I had HE load it in case that T-54 just had a little smidge out. Ooh, I got lucky there. I kind of went against my earlier little tidbit of info. I'm trying to get back to the cap. Ooh, that's a big hit. They need to go right there. That's where the object is. But yeah, I'm trying to get back to cap because, you know, there's 2 tier 8s coming towards it. But yeah, this gun's awesome. Like, I love this tank. Yeah, it always seems to be the case. After you're done a tank grind, you know, it gets buffed. But hell, you can still keep it, you know? This is where I need my HE shell. Oh, somebody else took him, but hey, I'm fine by that. I should be fine pushing here. If that object's within my render range right now, then my guys need to spot a little bit better. I just want to make it to this corner, which unfortunately I already got taken out. That really sucks. I was hoping to just kind of spot here and let, you know, him do the work, because the armor on this isn't the best, but at least I do have this little light tank that got destroyed here, so I can work off of him. Figured I'd give it a shot. Just trying to... His turret's weak enough I can smack through it. Just trying to find tank number 2. I got a couple tanks coming up behind me, fortunately. There's tank number 2. And he does not have enough HP. But he does have that annoying ass spot where, yeah. Oh. There we go. I always miss that little hatch by just a small smidge. Oh, I didn't expect to get hit from there. There you go. I'm just really cautious because that object could be up there to hit me. So I'm gonna go right where this guy died, and hopefully it's not a mistake. Ah, shit, there's already... Whew. Well, that makes it a little bit easier here. Yeah, I know you're gonna damage me, but yeah, there's that object. I knew he, you know, he shifted somewhere. Honestly, yes, in today's game, Uber. You know, the better mobility and gun over to E75, I would definitely pick this. E75, you know, is still not a bad tank. It's just, yeah, you know, until they, you know, if they change the overmatch mechanics or nerf more premium rounds, stuff like that, the E75 I would pick. But right now, I would go with this thing. Hello, Orlando. Nice to see you. Okay, after this, I'll play the E75, and that will definitely be my last match. I'll be back Sunday, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Lights and everything. I'm surprised Levi's not freaking out. He was freaking out a little bit when I first turned it on. He really hates, like flashlights and flashing things. So, dog doesn't even like his own shadow. Pretty good match though. Mastery badge first class. Confederate award. Yeah, we lost Fjords unfortunately. It just goes to show you how good this tank is. 4,300 damage. And pretty good amount of base experience, a little bit of assist, and not an ace tanker award. This thing's just awesome at spewing out damage. You just got to keep it alive. That's the big hurdle. So E75 here for my last battle. Like, they definitely have their ups and downs. The E75, WZ111. It's just, the E75 relies a little bit more on its armor. The WZ doesn't really. It just has, decent turret armor, but the hatches are very easy to hit and go through. So the added speed, like I've said it before, the WZ111-14, I treat it like a slightly larger, higher alpha T-54, essentially, because it has similar armor to it. It's just longer, less gun depression, bigger gun on it. But going down the Chinese heavy line, once you hit the 110, the elite tanks for the 110, WZ111, and of course the 113, the 113, isn't it? I always get mixed up on the numbers. They're all solid tanks, and they're less heavy tanks than they are heavy mediums. I'm gonna head to the town. Really, this is one of those maps where I think they should rebalance it a little bit, because the north it's less tactical and more, just lucky whoever gets, huge hits off first and pushes of a blob. I hate going up here. It's just, I think all the times I've went on the stream, it's ended extremely poorly. Alright, so going around this corner, something, I don't always mention it, but I always take corners wide. Ryan kind of makes fun of me because I do it in real life too, but you always want to, it doesn't always protect you from damage, but you want to take corners wide like that so you can get your frontal armor out. Instead of taking them like a lot of people, just zipping by with your side armor wide open. Just a little thing that, definitely saves you some damage here or there. Alright, this guy, penning him is going to be a bit of a challenge. I'm not side scraping here because I can get shot from the left. Never mind, he showed me his turret. Yeah, which I do plan on. I know I said I wasn't really going to make weak spot guides anymore. I want to make one for the AMX M4 there, T26E5, and a new Swedish TD specifically coming out. I plan on making, at least 4 with all those tanks there. Especially because websites like tanks.gg, Game Models 3D, they have it up there. The tank models, they, people burn out all the time. Like, I've done this longer than a lot of people, but you don't make much money off of, World of Tanks stuff, because free-to-play games don't make much, off of revenue for ads. It looks like tanks.gg, they're not updating anymore and developing the website. If not, they're doing it very sparingly. So I might get back into weak spot guides a little bit. I'm definitely not watching The Simpsons now. Holy shit. Why do people go up there? Like, seriously. Like, he's lucky. Honestly, going up to spots like that, you should just get automatically ammo racked if you take a hit. It's more or less like he still might pull off an awesome thing and pull back this flank for his team, but people like that, they're doing more harm than good for their team. Alright, I'm extremely surprised that that penned me at that angle. Like, I'm very surprised at that. Alright, I thought the IS-6 might get to a point where I can shoot him. But yeah, I plan on, like, I was mainly gonna stick to like map strategies and stuff on my website, but I'm gonna open up, you know, other things back again, because wargaming looks like they're starting to actually kind of restrict the flow of their API a little bit. You know, to stop leaks as quickly. So instead of like months in advance and then people getting upset that stuff doesn't come, you know, they're slowly trickling it out at a lesser rate. But you know, some tank websites can't update without Wargaming updating their API. Like the win rate 8 values, they lag behind a lot because the tanks aren't actually included in there for quite some time now. It seems like Wargaming's starting to, you know, hurt third-party websites like that. Me, on the other hand, I handcraft every single, you know, image, article, and, you know, guide that you see on my website. So it's a lot more labor intensive, but, you know, everything you see is, you know, I definitely do all the math for the armor values and stuff, but sometimes my weak spot guys look a little different. Like, you know, they get outdated though, unfortunately, if tank models get changed. But sometimes mine look different because a spot on, you know, like a tank model viewer might look like a weak spot, but in game it actually isn't. So sometimes I factor that in and, you know, kind of change how they look because of that. Well, yeah, some tanks do have. It's not always the engine there in the front, but they do have a transmission that they haven't updated the tank um, models yet to remove that possibility of damaging the engine. So that's just left over from that because the Type 62 is a old model. They haven't updated it. I don't think they did HD yet. If I am mistaken and it is HD, then they should have fixed it because they did it for German tanks, and I'm pretty sure they're, you know, doing that for all tanks. But anyway, this was my last match. Thanks for watching, guys. You know, always a pleasure chatting with you. I'll be back Sunday 6 to 8. Monday I'll be here 12 to 3. Wednesday 4 to 7. And yeah, hopefully you guys have a good weekend. I'm going to be extremely busy, but it's my last weekend, so hopefully all goes well. Yeah, thanks again, guys, and I will hopefully see you next time.